First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Detroit. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
On first down, Armstrong. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll try the left side. It's Armstrong. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert got his target, Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Let's go, get set by.
They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets take the ball at the field and score on their opening drive. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Looking to throw on second down. Fields, flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set, ready, 30 base. Go. Let's go.
On first down, Armstrong. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Watch the screen. Go.
They'll try the left side. It's Armstrong. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Looking to throw. Fields trying to lay one up deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Check. Press down.
They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Ready. 50, plant. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Yep. Go get him. Shoot.
On first down, Armstrong. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Check nickel. Ready.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys, I call it the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Watch twin. 2-2 jet bomber. 2-2 jet bomber. Look at me. Zipper. Smooth. 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Get it.
Back to throw. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A good rally to the football holds him to 2, and that brings up a 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Operating from the gun. Fields rolling to his right. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, yes.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a give right side. It's Armstrong. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 23-yard line. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
They'll run on 1st down. Whittington, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Now a give right side. Whittington. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. So, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The kick by Parkey is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Game there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. Now this time he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 57 the mic, 57 the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Let's be good.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
51,
They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. On first down, it's Armstrong. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Good.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. To throw on second down, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
You got nothing.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong. A beautiful spin and room to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whittington. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. End zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even at 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Looking to throw. Fields. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. From the gun, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's scooped up by the Jets. There he goes left side. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd and short. The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
He's coming, double up, go. Lucky.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Fields. And this one complete to Smith. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. 2nd and 13. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back to throw. Fields. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part, because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
X3, 218, chopper. Now. Hey, Echo. Hey. 57, Mike 57.
You can't block me. You can't.
Yes.
Mike 57.
Keep gripping.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to float this one deep right. He's got it at the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 59 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st down. It's Armstrong, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Bound to lose one.
6-6, pull it high. Bravo. Shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On third down, it's Armstrong, and they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
General West.
Alert flare.
Go. Get.
On fourth down, Herbert. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong, and they are and yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, let's go. Go. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Showing it. You go tight. You got tight. Hot seven. Check three.
Mike 51.
Hey, let's get off the field, D.
Slam. Check the 6. Pull it. High. Echo.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. They'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.